morning students. Today we are going to start our second lesson, that is universe and space. So the study of universe is called as the astronomy. So in the night time, if you observe the sky, what are the things you can see? You can see many things like a moon, then stars, then can you count the stars? So you cannot count the stars because there will be a lot of stars. And then with the stars you can form some of the images. If you observe deeply with the stars, you can form any of the images. If you observe means you can see like a cat, then like something. What are the images? You can form some of the images. So our ancestors, that they have observed and documented the object that is seen in the night sky. So the field of study of universe is called as the astronomy. So we know that there are billions and billions of stars in the universe, although only about 2000 or some of the visible to our naked eye. Only 2000 or some other stars, only that only will be visible to our naked eye. Remaining stars we cannot see through our naked eye. So we all will be thinking that size of our universe, how the size will be very small. No, it is a very big that we cannot imagine. So our universe is unimaginably and infinitely very big. So the universe is defined as totality of the everything that exists or known to exist. So what does universe means? So universe is the commonly defined as the totality of everything that exists or is known to exist. So even though the spatial of size that entire the universe, that is still unknown, still we don't know how much size is that. So it is possible to measure the observable universe. It is very impossible for us. So what are the universes consist of? Universe consists of galaxies, planets, stars, then meteoroids, then satellites, and other forms of matter and energy. So the universe consists of these 5 things. So and it is a world of wonder. This is our world is one big of the wonder, because many things we are seeing through that. So next we can see the geocentric theory. So sky is a wonder, then sun, star, moon, that it will be appear to rise in the east and it moves towards the west. So that is giving us an impression of that all objects that is going around so that everything it will be going around the earth. So just we are moving a bus, that will have the distant mountains and the trees, it will be moving backwards. So while you are going in the bus, the trees, if you are going while bus is moving, means how the trees it will be moving backside only. So likewise this also will be appear. So the earth is spinning, and that is why, because the sun and the moons appear to go around the earth. So here that does the earth that is revolving around the sun, or the sun is revolves around the earth. How do you know about that? So that we can see here. So when you look at the sky at night, you can see the lot of twinkling objects, but few of them will be differ from the others. So everything it will not be same. Many it will be different. So that it will not be twinkle. So while other stars that is holding a fixed pattern from the night to night. So this is a drift. So they wander across the sky, moving against the backdrop of stars, that is called as the planets. So our ancestors that they observed, they imagined their universe with the earth at the center. So the stars is in the distant background, and the sun, moon and the planets that is orbiting around us. So 2 observations supporting the idea that the earth was center of the universe. First, from the anywhere on the earth. So the sun is appearing revolve to around the earth once in a day. So once it is rotating, daily one rotation. So moon and the planet that will be having their own motions. So they also will be appear to revolve around the earth about once in a per day. So every celestial sphere that they will be, which stars is appearing to rise and set in the evening. Morning it will be rise, and the evening it will be set in the other side. So and it will be complete one rotation in a year. So the second, the earth seems to be unmoving from the perspective earthbound of the observer, so that it feels like a stationary. And civilization that they progressed in the early astronomers found there two types of motion, the motion of celestial objects. So let us make some of the what about moon we can study. So the moon that it will be going, that is going around the earth with a period of 1 day. So but for the careful observer, it was clear that the moon was also exhibiting to the another motion. Suppose if the moon is appearing in the sky today near the, how it will be means today if it is appearing to the near Ashwini means tomorrow Ashwini, tomorrow it will be moves to the next star, that is a Bharani. Then next day it will be moves to the star Kartike. Then next day again likewise Kartike to the east of the Bharani. Likewise it will be next day it will be changed to one of star. So after 27 days moving little by little eastwards, the moon again start moon station, it's from the near Ashwini. So again it starts from the Ashwini, that it will be this everyday moon appears to move from the east to west in 1 day. So where it is appearing to go from a circle to west to east in the background of the stars in about 27 days. Once in 27 days they will be starting to move. So these two motions were puzzling. So every astronomers like Aryabhatta that said to the earth is spinning in its axis. So that is the cause of apparent daily motion from east to west. So whereas the eastward motion of the moon in the celestial sphere with a period of how many days means 27 days. So this was seen actually motion of the celestial objects. So the geocentric model, so this name is the geocentric model, that is also known as the geocentrism. So that is the description of the universe with the spherical and spinning the earth at the center and the sun, moon, stars and planets all orbits, that is earth emerged in various cultures. So in the Greece this model was put forth by the Greek philosopher. That philosopher is a Plato, and he discipled the Aristotle in the 6th century BC. It was standardized by Greco-Roman mathematician Ptolemy in 2nd century, that is 2nd century. So the similar model, that is a Siddhantic astronomy in India, like Aryabhatium of Aryabhatta. So next we can see the how moon exhibit phases. So the astronomers in the ancient times, how they observed in the certain facts. So the Purananuru, that is 65 of Sangamam literature, the poet Kalathiya singing the appreciation of Chairman Perunjadalan, what he is saying means. So in the Tamil we are studying many of the poems, no? So in that also they expressed what the moon, how it is moving, that everything they said in that poem lines. So one day on the day when the full moon appears, the sun and the moon, that it will be looking at each other with their bright light. So in the evening time, one spear hides the behind the mountain. So another on the full moon day when the sun is setting in the west, preciously at the same time moon rise in the east. So that is the both sun and the moon are in the opposite side. So likewise when it is a waning of half moon, the moon is rising when it is in the midnight, and the waxing of half moon rises during the noon. So from such observations, the modeling of ancient astronomy could explain why we have waxing and waning of moon. So that is that is easy to understand, waxing and waning of moon in order of the new moon and full moon, and how the first third quarter moon, half moon, that is appearing in the phases between. So sun is the sources of light. So the sunlight that is falls on the spherical earth, but only on the side facing the sun. So the opposite side of the earth, that is without the sunlight only. So in